This is Dark Place Angel something reborn. Yeah. Yeah. Last time Zuri got in trouble for something that we don't think she did. And now we're still trying to figure out who did it, but it's been like days later and we still haven't figured it out. But we're trying to track those things. I still think it was that pink-haired chick that doesn't like us, but I don't know. We'll see. We just tried the gross pasta that Faye makes, and Zuri thinks it's awesome, and this guy just asked us how we're settling in and asked us if we could do anything and blah blah blah. And now she's saying things. Isn't he so sweet? It's hard to think that Al and Phil were wingmen when they were fighter pilots. Not initially, but we did serve some time in the other's company. You do have an knack at making a person feel welcome, Alphonse. And he's pretty cute too, right? He has that sweet, gentle boy next door feel. Alphonse gives Zuri a curious look for a split second before replacing it with that warm, natural smile. That's very nice of you to say, Zuri. Though I think Sol might have the more classic handsome look than I do. Blah, the personality is rotten though. He doesn't know what the phrase fun on the job means. Some would say you could learn much from him, and he could learn much from you. Or we could just ask Natalie. What do you think? Who do you think is cuter? I don't think it's my place to judge. It's not like you are the sole decider. Come on, I want to know. Don't worry, you won't offend me with your choice. You're not going to let me go. Well... who do I think is more attractive? Most attractive. I want to say Sol, but he's so racist. I don't know. Let me just think about it for like a few seconds. Pros and cons. Sol is our childhood best friend, but he's racist. But he's willing to look past his dislike of the different races to see the good side. But he's also super in your face. Which could be a good thing and a bad thing, I guess. I don't really know Alphonse, but he's super nice. He butts in this conversations way too much. I think that's all I know about him. And I'm not going to pick these two because I don't want to. I'm going to pick Sol just because he's my BFF and super nice, and he's also one of the only people who, like, agreed with me that Zuri didn't do it. Sol, I suppose. He might be a little hard sometimes, but there's something dashing in his features. But he's such a jerk. He might have his awful, despicable moments, but there's more to him than those comments. He's actually a lot better than he used to be. In the old days, he wouldn't even consider a non-human to be anything more than a beast. Now he looks past that and finds other reasons to hate everyone. If he could learn to let the little things slide and focus on the big ones, so wouldn't be so uptight. Still, he seems different than when I last saw him. Losing the love of your life does that to a person. He just seems to look past her and see the rest of us. You would have really hated him in the flight squadron, Zuri. He drilled from dawn to dusk. He kept everyone in the books and the simulators from dawn to dusk. I would have liked him then. Training him to be the best warrior you can isn't something to frown on. But now he's lost his head. He mostly just yells at everyone for minor issues. You mean he mostly yells at me? I'm afraid you do deserve it occasionally. I know. Why don't you tell him you find him attractive, Natalie? I think he might appreciate hearing that. What? No, you can't sacrifice her that way. He's not some monster, Zuri. You're no help. Would he even notice if I did? He's my friend. Maybe if I give him some words of encouragement, he might be able to finally let Lena go. That's all I can ask for. Huh. Well, since Natalie confessed who she finds cute, I think it's only fair that we do as well. Not the quad pro quad again. Quad pro quo. Both been here for a long time. The commander doesn't want people always visiting me, so you both should really go now. It's okay, I'm positive Daz and we would like to hear it from you. I'm not going to laugh. Shoo, you're not getting in trouble because of me. Alright, but you have to tell me someday. Bye, Zuri. Bye. Does she find me most attractive? I wish she'd be a little more truthful to herself. Admitting your feelings isn't easy. I'm positive she would have said you were cuter, though. I don't think so. Really? Who do you think she would have said? I'm like, weird wigging out, guys. I keep thinking that spider is on me because I didn't actually kill it. Ooh. That is not my place to say. I just can't seem to get good intel on the ship. Well, I'm going to bed for a few hours before I start my search into linguistics of every known language ever. If you need any help, just let us know. I'm glad to know I can count on you as well. Good night. Sleep well. Excuse me. There are so many civilizations out there. I know, Fanny, trust me. I know. Please stop groaning, both of you. I understand her howling. I really do. As annoying as it is not nearly as annoying as going through alphabet after alphabet. Every now and then we'll find one that might be it. Hopes are built and destroyed in seconds. Even if the language of the walls from the dust world of walls was the word I was looking for, I have no ability to be confident in my answer. With each passing day, each passing false shuttle trail, my dreams are dying little by little. The truth is disappearing into the fog of deception. We've been at this for 2 weeks. 2 weeks of nothing but decreasing resources and waning morale. I do not think this expedition would take more than 2 days. I think we should take a break. We are running short on time. Every second that passes and we don't find them is a second that our truth fades away. Natalie, you look awful. You don't look great yourself. Wolfie never looks great. You're one to talk. And the house cat appears. What do you want? Oh, she doesn't have horn. You all look like undead zombie. It's bringing down the rest of the crew. Maybe between the pointless imprisonment of Zuri and our false failure to complete our primary mission. We're a little down right now. I don't see you helping us. I'm the one getting us to the next site where we are going to find the real truth. The real truth has nothing is out there. Let's face it, we're just chasing our tails in the dark. We could try that. We could try chasing Faye's tail in the dark and see if that improves your mood. We're busy here, get out. I think Kika has a good idea. Oh, you want Natalie to play with your tail? You like being a little floosy with every cute girl you meet? That's not what I meant. Then explain your ideas before you go rambling on. Why don't we have some sort of contest or competition to build morale? Wouldn't that be fun? That isn't... fine, alright. That's a sudden change of heart. I wanted to have a cooking contest between myself and Wolfie. This would be an excellent chance. And I can show you all how it's done. Let's get the boss to sign up on it. Sounds good. Alright, we still have not discovered, let me repeat, we have still not figured out who smashed my clue and my personal datapad. And Zuri is still locked in her quarters with no freedom whatsoever. But sure, let's have a cooking contest. This is a terrible idea. Major Hackett, this is an odd request to be paired with another report of no development. That is the reason that we need this, ma'am. Morale is low right now. We need something to distract us from our lack of success so far. You believe this is the correct course of action? Yes, ma'am. I will consider your request after Major Pustil's investigation into the next system. That's all we can ask for, Commander. Thank you. If you could excuse me, I have some news for you to Lieutenant Starr. Go ahead and say it. I don't have any secrets. Are you sure? Uh-huh. You can be honest when you are the best. I was just delivered a report from High Command. Are they recalling us? No, this is something closer to home. Lieutenant Starr, it is my sad duty to report the death of President and First Lady Starr. Mom? Dad? There was a shuttle accident. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Kika. So, she's the sole heir of the estate? Have you coordinated with Alphonse to get her to the nearest spaceport and back home? No. He's prepping the shuttle right now. I said no, I'm staying here. I have a mission and I'm not abandoning it. Heroes don't turn away, especially when you all need my help more than ever. It's okay, we'll be fine. Shut up, you stupid idiot. I'm fine. I'm fine. I try to wrap my own arm around her shoulders to comfort her, but the lieutenant pushes me away. She's on the border of sobbing, but she's still putting up a strong face. I said I'm fine. I'm not going home until the mission is complete. But your parents are dead, I know. What can I do for them now? Cry on their graves? I can do that after we save the universe. Kika, this is highly against protocol. Are you sure? Stop asking me that. You can't get rid of me. Very well. I'll notify command of your decision. I know she didn't say it, but all of us are here for you. You think a hero like me can't deal with this? I didn't cry when they took Blade away from me. I didn't cry when my best friend on the Xeon died in the attack. And I'm not crying now. You all can still depend on me. How close are we to dropping out of the ship? 30 minutes. Grab a bite to eat, pull yourself together, and then report back in. Want all crew ready. Sir. She should be mourning, not preparing herself for a mission. It's her decision. This is irresponsible. All three of you. I've known Lieutenant Starr since she was a trainee star. You want to destroy her? Take away this mission from her? Does she even care about her parents? I thought Lupita and Kitsune were supposed to be family-oriented. She cares about them more than anything. If you think otherwise, you're blind. Then why? Because we believe in the mission. We believe in the Katagion Space Force. We believe in you. If there is a potential weapon of mass destruction out there, we have to stop it at any cost. You've told me that 1,000 times before. Now, when you see someone paying part of the bill, you want to back down? No, but Kika understands that without our navigator, we would be stuck here for 2 or more weeks until a new one arrived. How far away could our culprits get in that time? Culprits, not culprits. We have a potential saboteur on board. We can't afford any delays, any distractions. Major Pustil, are you committed to this mission or not? I just wish it didn't have to come to this. If you had to give your life to protect this land, would you? I don't care what you said during your oath. I want to know what Natalie Pustil would do right now. Yes. I could. I made the oath and I'll give my life if that is what is required of me. Even if it was for a mission that you didn't agree with? Even if it wasn't for something important? If you are waning in confidence now, remember that you can only depend on us. We're here for you, Natalie. You don't need to fear death as long as I'm still here. And you can count on me as well. So, let's find that dang weapon. If we find the dang weapon, Kika can go home and grieve. Well said. I want to make sure I write a letter home to my family. They're probably worrying about me. If things go wrong, I don't want them thinking I hated them. Mom? That was super sad. I feel super bad that I thought that she did it. I mean, I don't know that she didn't do it, but dang. It feels so empty without Zuri giving me reassuring support up here. Kika's deadpan and Faye isn't saying much either. We need to find something. I need something, not for my promotion's sake, but for theirs. For my crew. We need something we can rally behind. Re-entry successful. Beginning scan. And so begins another leg in our fruitless chase. We should just turn around now for our dear navigator's sake. How about you shut up for my sake? I've got an ion ready for a shuttle that landed on the planet, as well as what I think might be its exit vector. What? I spring from my seat and sprint over to Kika. Moonfollow, get up. I want a planet readout now. They are real. There was something that landed on this planet recently. Since this is another abandoned world in the middle of nowhere, there has to be a reason. Please let it be smugglers or their ilk. Please let it be something valuable. Major Pustil, do you think this is worth investigating? Of course I do. Lieutenant Starr, Work on getting me some better readings. I want the ground team prepared to boot down in 5 minutes. No. No what? I want to come with you. Alphonse can do the readings. I thought I made myself clear when you requested this. You did. My father is dead now. Let me go. You are clearly not in a stable mindset. I want to do something useful. Anybody can do this. I say let her come with. We'll need the extra manpower without Zuri. I want Zuri to come with. It seems questioning my orders is the theme of today. That is a negative, Major. No, I decided last time that I wasn't going to go on any expedition into the unknown without her. If I have to play the flower part here, I will. This is an executive order under the SITO clause. You are to hereby permit Lieutenant Zuri to accompany me. I'm not going down there without a trained security officer. Commander will be down and back quickly. I doubt Zuri is going to make any trouble returning to quarters. So be it. Nelson, you will be trading places with Lieutenant Starr. Major Hackett, you will bear all responsibility for Zuri. Yes, ma'am. If anyone gets hurt down there, Fusil, it is on your head. Wow, maybe Nat isn't wrong about you not being such a bad guy. If you do anything stupid out there and lose a brain, I'm going to make sure you never get any visitors and are cut down to 1 meal a day. Or not. I'm not letting you come because Natalie was going to make a fight of it. You both should be thanking her. Is she alright? This is one of those moments when you should keep your mouth shut. This doesn't feel right. If we didn't even let Faye do her in-depth analysis this time, aren't we being hasty? There's not much time. We need to be swift. This is a bleak day when Zur is the one saying we aren't thinking things through. We'll be fine. I'm here. She's right. We are all some of the best of our professions. Though this may be in haste, we can do it. So, back me up. Everyone be careful. They're right. I'm rushing this operation. I don't want Kika to suffer any longer, even if it puts our operation in a state of increased danger. If I'm being hasty, I should stop this now. This against everything I've followed, everything I've been taught. I could get killed because of this. Knock it off. Excuse me? I said knock it off. Lieutenant Starr, tell me where we think the shuttle left. Captain Moon follow? I want a detailed report of the conditions at the suspected land site. Lieutenant Zuri, stretch and warm up for any potential combat. Everyone, check your gear. Do what I asked, and meet me back here in 20 minutes. You heard her. Get everything squared away. Sol gives me a thumbs up and pat on the back as he walks away. If he was thinking I was being hasty, why didn't he just come out and say it? This is my first remission, and I'm forgetting the basic mission planning. This is completely unsatisfactory. Stop letting emotions play into your plans, Natalie. I'm ashamed of myself. Don't look so down. We all get caught up in the heat of the moment. What are you still doing here? You should be getting ready. If you're not going to take my orders seriously, I'm not letting you come with. I'd like to see you try. I will. Did you forget that I have to stick with you or Sol? I'm not freed. I'm just on parole. Oh, that's right. What about your gear? I've got everything I'll need to complete this mission. Where's your radio? Back in the lab? I expect a sarcastic remark, something about how having double standards isn't bad. Instead, she gave me the warm smile I enjoy seeing so much. Let's go get it. We can be back before anyone else. Don't tell anyone. They don't need to be worrying about that their leader is losing her marbles. I won't. You can trust me. That I can. FX! Okay, sorry. I moved to key the unlock for my laboratory when a shiver runs down my spine. Something is wrong. The door unlocked. Forgot to lock it? Kind of scatterbrained today. Despite how true that statement is, I've been careful lately. I didn't want anyone breaking back into my lab. I even threw Faye out when I had to go to visit the bridge. Zuri is slowly shifting her stance from a regular playful self to the more aggressive, more focused. It's that same stance from when she felt we were in danger from the weather. Get behind me. Be careful. Don't worry. I have you watching my back. Clear. Whoever was here didn't stay long. Could I have just left the lab unlocked? Everything appears to be untouched since the last time I was here. I'm not going to touch anything. I don't think there is anything to be careful of disturbing. It appears I must have been losing my mind. You must have. Even your papers are still perfectly intact. What? Yep, you really are very orderly. I'd love to say that I am, but I left in a hurry. The papers were in a stack, sure, but it certainly wasn't a pretty one. I do a quick inventory of my documentation and ugly sketches. Everything is here and accounted for. Even if they had taken any of these, there's nothing to be gleaned from them. My awful drawings of symbols I can't remember don't have any intellectual value. Anyone who would have seen them would know. I suppose that would exonerate Thayer's soul. Both of them would have known that there was nothing of value in the pages. Zuri was locked in her room, so there's no way she could have done it. Besides, Zuri has already proven her innocence to me. That leaves Rasuna, Nelson, and Tenzin, Star, and Miggy. All of them have been alone in the last 30 minutes. But last time they smashed up the data pads, why didn't they take these pictures? Because they are worthless. Even if someone stole them, there would be nothing of value lost. But whoever did this did not try very hard to conceal their presence here. I doubt the doctor or commander would have been so sloppy. Lieutenant Starr and Miggy are the two primary suspects. Kylie doesn't seem to be very detailed, and Kika is currently distraught. Kylie's too sweet and lovable. The perfect cover. And why is Kika distraught? Stupid soul wouldn't tell me. Kika lost her parents today. She just found out the news. I told her that she should have just took some time off for everything to sink in, but she refused. It's like she doesn't care. She does care. That's what Soul said as well. I understand why she wants to stay, but she set this one out. It's only making her more suspicious in my eyes. But a dedicated warrior would appear to do the same thing as an insidious spy. I know. Why couldn't this mission have been something simple? Blow up ship dock. Easy. It's during the most trying of times that we learn who we truly are, and who your friends are. Yep. Parents, huh? Are Kitsune very close to their parents? Lupids are incredibly close to their family. Kitsune's not as much, but still tight. Oh. You sound like you don't care for yours. I really don't have one. Dreamons lay nests in the middle of the wilderness. Our young learn to survive and are brought into the fold of society as they grow. That sounds incredibly neglectful. I don't think so. It was fun and exciting. Every day. Only the hardy survive. Perhaps that is why Zuri thinks that warriors have to be these brawn muscleheads. I guess the closest thing to a family I have is my hatchmate. You all learn to protect each other. Most don't survive, but some of my hatchmates made it to civilization with me. Like we have brothers and sisters. Kinda. We aren't related by blood, but we are as close as any of your families. Want to know something really embarrassing? Not if I have to reveal something equally embarrassing. This one is a freebie. I was hoping to the spirits that I'd be able to have something like that here. It's silly, right? Not at all. I'd be happy if we could have that sort of relationship here. Though I'd also like it if we could respect the rank structure as well. Come on, I'll grab my radio and lock up again. We've got a mission to fulfill. I don't know. Maybe it is Kylie. It's Kylie. The heat. Even though I knew that this place was going to be warm, this is almost unbearable. I hope there is some sort of ancient power that I hope there is some sort of ancient power that we are disturbing. I could use a nice thunderstorm overhead right now. Like an unmerciful god, the sun beats down on my latest disaster. The site is absolutely trash. Did the researchers go mad from sunstroke? Bridge, this is ground team. Already on it. You are alone, Major. Very nice. Thank you. Suck up. I don't know, Soul. He already gave me my first clue. What do you have to counter? Bah, give me 5 minutes. Captain Moonfollow, I want you to look for signs of disturbed soil. Faye, where'd she go? Study a cactus or something. I'll look for your piles of disturbed sand. She's also gone before I get a chance to fully explain what I want done. I bite my lip, trying not to let my annoyance get the better of me. Zuri, you have the most important assignment of all. Do you feel anything? This is going to sound silly, but how many times do I have to say my security officer's perspective is the most important when it comes to safety? I don't know. Ask Soul. You keep track of things like that. Maybe I will. Well, I can't feel anything on the wind, but my gut is screaming warnings at me. Something feels off. I think it's the heat. Perhaps the tattered campsite is disturbing you? I like the heat. It makes me feel happy and at ease. It's almost like being back home again. You're a strange person, Zuri. This heat is killing me. Starting to think the researchers melted. But the claw mark, it's a joke. I need down next to the tattered remains of a makeshift tent. Their better supplies must have been left at the original site. This isn't much more than canvas and poles. Still, the canvas is thick and durable. I tried to tear it with my bare hands, but I can't even manage to rip a single thread. Something strong or large destroyed the site. The cuts aren't clean. There aren't the precise measures I would expect from someone using a knife or machete. These scars are wild. Are you sure you don't feel something on the wind? Large feline, perhaps? Nothing. It's calm, peaceful. It's just like how the monks told me inner peace felt. Hey, don't worry. Nothing's gonna happen to you as long as I'm around. I'm your protector. I'm not concerned. Zuri, you're here. You don't need to worry about me. But I like to worry about you. Natalie! What is it? It's an audio log. You need to hear this. You should have waited to play it until I was there. Dang your pride, listen. If he's getting gruff with me, there is something utterly important and danging on this. My heart flutters a bit. My heart flutters a bit as I consider what source of intrigue awaits me. We have it. Though our blood may soak these dunes, my God, we have it. I can hear howls in the background, not feline, but guttural. They're hard to hear over the sound of shifting sands. Though we pay the ultimate price, we have it. We have the key to the entire universe. Though my team have given their lives in pursuit of this, I am now the caretaker of the universe. The blood, it draws them near. I do not have much time left in this world. But I will do what must be done. I will be the patron saint that they demand I become. Nobody will be able to stop what I am about to do. I have taken this step to the heavens with no challenge from the masses. I do this for everyone. I do this for everyone. I do this for everyone. The universe is in my hand. The garbled pain tone fades to static. The universe is in his hands. Did the researchers truly find a weapon of mass destruction? I can only presume. What are we going to do? What can we do? We need to finish up our investigation for any additional clues. Every second we sit here twiddling our thumbs, the mad scientist is running rampant with a device we know nothing about. No key of the universe should be out there and not be accounted for. First, I'm hasty. Now, I'm slow. There are times and places for both. This is not the time to be slow or hesitant. So, what if we aren't understanding this? What if there is something bigger than... What is bigger than this? I don't know, but one data pad doesn't give us a guaranteed path to our objective. This little recording is nothing more than speculation. We can afford 5 minutes to ensure we do this right. I'm not going to win on this, am I? Alright, I wanted to confirm that there are no other computers in this camp, anyway. We should find some here. I doubt it. That message confirmed my suspicions that whoever we are chasing doesn't want anyone to know what they are pursuing. Then why would they leave this message? Why do criminals leave any sort of message? To taunt their pursuers. That message doesn't give us any more knowledge than the person who's dangerous. I'm going to do a full, detailed investigation of the campsite, with your permission or not. I'm not going to be hasty. So Lieutenant Starr's dead parents are worth being risky, but my trying to prevent mine for dying isn't worth the same value. A mutt is worth more than me. Get back to the shuttle. The heat is screwing with your mind. Whatever. Maybe it is messing with mine as well. I can barely keep sweat out of my eyes. My water intake isn't keeping up. Major Brumford would be screaming at me right now. I'll be quick though. Yeah, that will fix everything. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just like before. I pull myself into the living shade of a ravaged tent. Who cares about the stupid radio? I should have brought another liter or two of water. The racist Grump is still sitting in his nice climate-controlled shuttle. The lousy jerk. This would go so much faster if he would just apologize to me and help out. You don't look so good. Your face is all red. Just a bit of a headache. That's no good. Here. Zuri tosses me a worn leather boda. I run my finger over the fraying stitching and scruffed brown leather. This canteen has been through a few beatings. I made it when I was still at Ashley. A wandering elder showed me how to make it really strong and tough, just like me. Crafty. Old hobby for a warrior. You have to learn how to make do when you are a warrior. You won't always have what you need in the heat of a battle. So non-combat related skills have their place when you are a warrior. You're not going to give up on trying to claim you are a warrior, are you? Not until you realize the truth. And I won't until you see the truth. I take a few swigs of cool, refreshing water. Even little boons like this are enough to keep me going. Find anything? Only this. I toss Soul's Discovery to her. While she plays it, I distract myself by watching the shifting sand. I don't need to hear the dire warning again right now. That's life, I suppose. Just like these shifting sands, everything seems to be a constant movement. I'm having a hard time keeping up. The winds of fate seem to be blowing everything around me, never leaving the truth uncovered for long. There is no wind here. Now that I think about it, what could be shifting? Zuri, you said you didn't feel anything in the air, right? Nope. What about the ground? Slight tremors, but I figured they were... Where are Captain Moonfall and Lieutenant Star? Over by the... A sharp, piercing scream breaks the moment of dread in my heart. Too slow, too late. Captain Moonfall! Stay here. I can help. Trust me. Stay here. I don't know. I'm gonna trust her. I'm going to trust her. Fine, hurry. Trust me, everyone will come home this way. Her words feel like a knife to my pride. Special investigation and tactics officer are trained for this. Why am I not fighting back with more vigor? I'm the overseer of this operation. Why am I permitting a lieutenant to order a major around? Like a speeding bullet, Zuri is... Because I'm trusting her, you dip butt! Like a speeding bullet, Zuri is skimming over the sand dunes. Her speed is something I could never match. Her boots, like, they aren't even touching the ground. Wait, they aren't. In a heartbeat, I understand why she was the only one who could do this. Whatever is under those shifting sands would have me dead without a fight. Why didn't I think about that? Why am I not reacting fast enough? Why am I not understanding enough? I want to blame this heat, but I know the real answer is in my head. But if I can't help, what use am I? No, I refuse to think like that. There has to be something I can do. I yanked my radio out of my pack. Soul, come in. What, tired of chasing after nothing? It's going to pay me to say this, but not nearly as badly if they are to die because of my lack of judgment. You were right, but we have bigger issues to worry about. There's something moving under the sand, and I think it attacked Moonfall and Star. Roger, I'm running the takeoff checklist right now. Where are they? Zuri took off to save them. Then Godspeed to her. Get on board. Not until they are here. I'm not having this fight. Get on the shuttle. I'm not moving until I have my entire team here. Call me stupid, but nobody is getting left behind on my watch. Roger. In the distance, I can see what appears to be a wild storm of sand blowing toward me. At the head of it is a desperate Zuri with Faye and Kika under her arms. We need to go. These things chug along at a super fast pace. Kika? Faye, what are those things? We need to get her to Dr. Nelson now. So we need to go now. I may have killed her. My xenobiologist and roommate might have just paid the price for not keeping my head in the game. Ooh, Kika, get the doctor now. Soul, I need you. Just like that, he's gone. He abandoned me when I needed him to help me get through this. Zuri has been doing her best to get Faye aid with our emergency kit. With the blood, more than once I almost lost my lunch. I had to hide away in the cockpit with the silent soul. Kika, I need you to put pressure on this wound. Kika, she's going to die if you don't help. Right. I can do this. That's right, we need you. We need Hero Navigator Star. She's my minion. They expect this from me. Right here. Major Fusil, tell me when you run off like that, Soul. Kika wasn't focused, and we didn't have time to wait. It's just like now. Time to prove your worth. Well, you see, you keep telling me that we have to keep you around for situations like this. Situation happened. Do something. Have you stabilized the bleeding? I'm trying, but those things must have some sort of venom in their claws. I'm having a hard time. Well, alas, our anti-venom supply is drastically small. There is still little I can do to aid her. But what about the box? That box? I mean, never mind. What box? Perhaps our lovely quartermaster means my recent shipment of medicine. Perhaps she's right. There may be just enough for our dear Luffy friend. There better be. I also want a full report on what was contained in that box. That you think ill of me at a time like this. Like now, no matter. Come, let us take her to my lab. Major Fusil, I want a full report. Commander, there is no line of time. We need to send the ship in pursuit of the shuttle whose route we tracked earlier. Then we have Then have Major Tenzin take care of it, and I'll waive the safety regulations about being strapped in. I want to know what happened down there. Down there. Kika, I need you to tell Al the coordinates to follow. Are you sure you can handle that? Of course I can. Leave everything to me. Report to the bridge as soon as you are done. I want your story as well. Bridge, now. How am I going to explain this? The reporting was the only thing you found down there? Yes, ma'am. I did a thorough sweep of the site and did not find anything else of value, just like the previous site. Everything had been stripped of information. 2 hours at the ground site, and that was all you were able to discern? Yes, ma'am. I've heard tales of how SITOs were masters at discovering even the most hidden truths. This performance is not living up to those standards. Yes, ma'am. Did you take photographs of either ground site for later study? Of course not. Major Pusil, did you ensure that your security officer had performed her checks to ensure safety of our crew? Oh, now she's my security officer. I did. We ensured that all protective measures were taken. So you let Captain Moonfall out of your line of sight. She was within shouting distance and had Lieutenant Starr with her. How could I have foreseen this? Correct. You all made the right choice at the start. When you heard from this reporting that their team had been attacked, did you deem it important to notify them? That is my fault, ma'am. Soul? I was agitated with Major Pusil and started to fight with her. She was going to notify Captain Moonfall, but I pulled her away from it. The error in judgment resides with me. Don't let him lie to you. I was the one who cared more about finding more clues. They're both wrong, Commander. I just watched them fight instead of doing anything to break it up. You all screwed up equally. As the ranking officer in charge of this operation, I bear the responsibility for what happened out there. Major, you will learn as you command that there are times when you could have prevented a catastrophe. Hindsight will always be perfect. You screwed up today in a way that could have been prevented. You let emotions drive you and let your guard down. Captain Moonfall had to pay the price for that mistake. But mistakes happen. Learn from them. Tell me what happened to Captain Moonfall. I can explain that. By all means. Faye was investigating some wildflower that she had noticed on the fringes of the camp. The pup thought it was really strange because it was the only flora she had found. What were you doing? Thinking. So both of your guards were down, and you were outside the vision range of Lieutenant Zuri. Well, I'm sorry. We thought everything was safe. Bearing. I'm sorry if my bearing isn't rock hard right now. I'm a little shook up. 1 minute I'm staring up into space. The next, there were these things leaping out of the sand. They were like large fish with stingers grafted into their tails. These long, curled, ghastly things that reminded me of the night sky. They were on top of Faye before I could do anything. I tried to beat them off Faye, but they just swarmed all over her. I beat them, I hit them, but they just kept coming. It meant something, right? She might have been gravely injured, but I saved her life. We will see in time. Lieutenant Zuri, does that match your impression of them? Swarm was the best way to describe them. I think the campsite was on top of their nest. Could they have been used as a defense from intruders set up by the researchers? I don't think so. I think they were meant to protect whatever the researchers uncovered, like the thunderstorm. Could have been defenses against intruders. The idea is bleak, but strangely reassuring. There should have been tougher defenses if this device was truly dangerous. The common Razuna's face tells me she came to the same conclusion. Are either of you injured? Likely could have hurt me. Couple of scratches, nothing serious. The stingers didn't get me, so no poison to worry about. All of you except Lieutenant Zuri return to duty. We will need all hands prepared for whatever awaits us at our next destination. Where is it, ma'am? Deep space. No known worlds out there. We are jumping into the depths of darkness. Our supplies are limited, so I am ordering us to move to Rat 2. I've supplied ration level 2 before, but I don't like it. Smaller portions, nothing wasted. You messed up, but completed the objective. We can do better next time. Dismissed. Yes, ma'am. Come on, Zuri, let's stop by in my lab before I walk you back to your room. I want to take a look at your wounds. Not going to experiment on me, are you? Perhaps. There might be information on where these things came from if they were a genetic weapon. I was kidding. That's why you don't joke about those sorts of things around Natalie. I'll remember that. Sure you will. Let's get back to the bridge, Star. Wingy will want to hear all about how you beat back swarms of mutant fish. Fine. Have fun playing doctor. Let's go, Zuri. Hey, here you go. Are you going to take a nap? Not until I've had a look at your wounds. Nat, the mite scientist. Here I am, trying to make sure you are happy and healthy, and you're trying to escape from it. What if those wounds contain poison? I don't know. Take me to stand? I'm starting to suspect that our good doctor might be trying to pocket medical supplies on the side. I'd rather be the one to inspect your wounds. Me too. He's very nice. But he always asks the strangest questions. What sorts of questions? I don't know. He doesn't ask them to me anymore. After a month or so, he just stopped caring about me or my existence. It's probably for the best. Where were you cut? My hands. Don't worry. I'm fine. Stop glaring at me, please. Hand out. No. Don't make me get a sedative from the doctor. I'm not letting you get away without an inspection. If you insist, I am. You saved Kika and Faye today. A legendary warrior like yourself deserves the best treatment possible. I did. I saved them. Were you impressed? Very. I want to thank you for stopping me. I would have charged straight into those beasts without thinking it through. I'm such an idiot. No way. You just keep proving to me more and more you might have the spirit of a true warrior hidden under your scholarliness. You only thought about the safety and protection of your troops, and were willing to brave any danger. That's what it means to be a true warrior. Thanks. While she's distracted with thoughts of being a valiant warrior, I take her coarse hands into mine. Despite her protests earlier, I can see that her hand was sliced up pretty bad. I can see trace amounts of liquid other than blood on her hand. With a small vial and rubber gloves, I gather up as much of the liquid infused blood as I can. I don't remember reading about many animals that can leave notable amounts of venom on their victims. What is it? I'm not quite sure. I want to have it analyzed, though. You don't appear to be showing any signs of contamination. But tell me immediately if you start to feel funny. Knock knock. Not that kind of funny. On closer inspection, I can see the slice. The slice was the right ward for it. The cuts are clean and deep. How Zuri managed to go without wincing as I clean up the wounds is remarkable. But why would a wild beast be able to claw up someone in such a perfectly straight and precise manner? This is peculiarly. I can't say that word. Strange. Go test it. I can see it in your eyes. You really want to go test it. Not until I finish bandaging up your hand. Don't you need to focus on? I don't know what I need right now. Just let me help. There. See? All better. Come on. I want to know what is bugging you. I want to know how you aren't moaning or groaning. Those were some deep cuts. These little scratches, they're nothing. I've gotten roughed up a lot worse. I guess all that physical training has its perks. I walk over to my identifier and pour the fluid into the mixer. Since we are in shift, heading for the furthest reaches of space, I'm not going to be able to use the database. And I have to hope that this is a common toxic. Yeah, that will happen. A mutant creature on some far-off world isn't going to be... What's that light? It's done. I pull up the readout, expecting to see an error. Oh, it's a result. Quadrataxodon. It's a toxin designed by the Ralton Empire. It's lethal to Lupid and Kitsu in nearly 65% of direct contact cases. Most symptoms include muscle paralysis, short-term memory loss, and, depending on the dose, rapid death. It works on a cellular level by preventing the exchange of oxygen and CO2. Against non-Lupid and non-Kitsune, it has very little effect. Most people don't show any effects even after direct exposure in considerable quantities. That seems like a strange thing for a mutant desert fish to excrete. Perhaps not. Those cuts, they're too clean to be natural. Computer, how many matches do I have for Ralton genetic weapons that match Lieutenant Zuri's description? Checking the database of known Ralton genetic weapons. Description matches 3 potential candidates. The Empire did this? Why would they attack scientists? They wanted the weapon for themselves, obviously. Still, something here doesn't make sense. Why would you attack the scientists with such strange weapons if you already need the location? One of the most important rules of warfare is to know your opponent. Whoever they wanted to kill was a Lupid or a Kitsune. Maybe we were thinking about this wrong. Nothing in the researcher's audio log suggested that the creatures who attacked him were fish-like. This is going out on a limb, but what if the Raltins arrived after the scientists? They could have killed the researchers and stole their data. That would explain why we can't find any information. Excuse me. The last researcher managed to escape with a weapon with the Imperials in pursuit. Our friendly little fishies were meant to prevent us from following them any farther. They knew we were coming and made a move to stop us. Still think there's a spider crawling in my leg. If they didn't... But how could they jam our attempts of understanding if they didn't know we were coming? They knew? The spy on board has been forwarding all of our information to allow the Raltins the chance to beat us to the punch. I need to talk to Faye before our insidious foe can get to her. She knows something so important that it was worth making sure she died on the planet instead of me. Who would try to kill Faye? Faye's harmless. What sort of sick mind would attack the innocent? Someone who knew our coordinates, who had direct access to my lab at one point, would have never had an alibi, who could bait Faye into a trap. But the only one who fits all of those conditions is Kika. She wouldn't try to kill her friend, would she? Pride can make people do terribly stupid things. Don't you believe, Kika? It's my job to question assumptions until I determine the truth. You must lead a really sad life, huh? Sad? I guess it is a little sad. Trust is a commodity that I can't afford to have if I want the truth. Truth is something I can't have. Isn't something I can't have. I never thought about it like that. I always thought I would be fighting the legions of evil across the galaxy, finding the villains and thwarting them with ease. I never thought I'd have to think ill of that heartbroken Kitsune who lost their parents. I never thought I'd look suspiciously at a man who ran every day with me to improve my fitness scores. Hey, I'm there for you. Don't look so sad. I'm not sad. Okay, but if you are, you can always talk to me. I might not understand everything, but I can always be there to give you a sympathetic shoulder. It's nice to know. Let's get you back to your room before the commander starts asking. Yell if you need me. No door will stop me from helping you thwart the true culprit. Thanks, Thury. Her soft green eyes twinkle with happiness, and I can feel a little bubble of joy bloom in my heart, knowing I have someone supporting me, even if she's got crazy misconceptions of honor and pride. Pride gives me hope. If I can find the culprit, find the researcher and his weapon, stop everything, nobody will need to suspect her anymore. It's weird, I'm considering Zuri's happiness more important of a priority than my promotion. I must be feeling sick, or too tired to evaluate the situation better. Still, I like this warm, fuzzy feeling in my heart. Am I gonna end up with Zuri? Posting guard over the entrance to the auxiliary lab where Stan resides is a vigilant soul. His eyes are sharp, but his gaze seems to be staring at something more than the metallic door of the lab. How's she doing? The dog or the house cat? Kika says she's fine. You can see it in her eyes. The cat is skittish, jumping at every noise, and barely focusing on her instruments. Al had to take over. You think she knew? That she was walking into a hive of dangerous creatures, or that she was going to get her best friend nearly killed? Both. Phil gives me a sad look of understanding. Does he know of my suspicions? Does he know of the foul job I must perform? If she did, those tears are rather convincing. Kika? Crying? Strange, right? It turns out the little kitten can mew loudly when she thinks nobody's around. She'll look so happy at her sorrow. Sorry, I just like seeing the hero knock down a fake. You're a monster. If you knew her like I did, you'd be happy to see that she has a humble side. Is that why you're here? So you could rejoice in the pain of the mutt you hate so much? How is she doing? Do you care? She woke up for a couple minutes, screaming in pain and terror, crying for someone to make it stop before she passed down again. The bastard ran a test to try and find out what she had been poisoned with, but couldn't come up with anything. What? That's what I said. I swear the thing's medical license has to be from some dinky backwater university. He was having trouble just trying to patch up the cuts. Did you say there was anything strange about them? The cuts themselves? No, I'm telling you, Natalie. That guy is an absolute worthless doctor. Worthless or something far worse. I bet he did it. He's the... I know, I jumped to conclusions, but I didn't even suspect him because he was like, oh, my horns can't do that because they're bigger. No, he could have done it. In the end, I had to force him to use his precious resources to try and test known antidotes for a cure. At the threat of reporting his undocumented cupboard, he finally found one. She's still unconscious though. The doctor says she's currently in a coma induced by the chemicals and isn't responding to outside stimuli. So if I wanted to ask her a question, I'm not sure when, if ever, you'll be able to talk to her. That's not reassuring. What am I going to do? Find the culprit, I suppose. Why are you here? You hate Faye. Clearly not strong enough. What does that mean? I don't trust him. Is Faye a boy or a girl? I don't trust him. I don't trust the bastard and I don't want him left alone with my dog. Oh, the doctor, okay. Yeah, Faye's a girl. She's not a dog and she's not yours. Fine, my wolf. Not better. When Lena left me, all I was left with was my memories and her dog. Forgive me if I want to protect something precious to me. Faye? The girl I hear you call mutt on a daily basis, the woman you treat like garbage, is precious to you? You have a strange way of showing it. You should head to bed. You're still spun up over what happened down there. I guess it's my turn to yell whatever and storm off. Sorry about that. I'm just stressed out about my family. I've lost too many people important to me. I don't want to lose more to something I can prevent. I understand, Soul. We're both tired. There's a lot more in play here than a radar station in the middle of nowhere or a battle between two squadrons of starfighters. But it's not right. I don't want to hurt my only friend here. I don't care if the rest of them hate me. That's just part of my job. But you, just try to be nice to them. If you could, my job would be easier. You'd be happier, and we'd both not be a hair away from snapping. I'll try, but no promises. I'll try to thank you, but no promises. Good night, Natalie. Don't stay up here all night. I'll stay as long as I'm needed. He slips back into a resting position, leaning against the wall parallel to the door. Knowing him, he won't be leaving that spot until Faye gets better. That's strange to know. What is she like? Their child? I don't understand. No, that'd be weird. I don't know. Soul never once asked about my suspicions, never tried to pry information from me. He told me all of his thoughts and concerns about Nelson being suspicious, but asked for nothing in return. I want to trust him. For now, I will. I will give my old friend the benefit of a doubt. I don't want to keep being angry at him. By the way, he wants to protect Faye. Actions speak louder than words. I think I'll trust him to watch over her. He says such mean things about her, but then he does something like this. Blech. Why doesn't he just be honest with himself? Either he hates or he likes her. Clean and simple. Why can't things be clean and simple? Faye Nelson. Hiding medicine, not knowing the basics of medicine, being unable to correctly identify the chemical agent. Is he a doctor who just doesn't really practice medicine much, or something more sinister? I didn't even know Kylie much thought until now. What is she bringing on the ship that we don't know about? I should have been more concerned when Soul mentioned getting those Kuhn steaks. My eyelids feel heavy. Today has been far too long. Bed. I try to keep my mind focused on it so the rampaging demons of my mind don't consume me right now. I almost pull myself into the embrace of my warm sheets, but quiet sobbing pulls me from my focus. Kika? In almost a heartbeat, the sobbing stops. The mask of the hero is pulled back on, and Kika drops down from her top bunk. Oh hey, what are you doing here? I thought you'd be up thinking about the reporting. I could ask the same question. I thought you were on the bridge doing the navigation. Marcina threw me out. She seems to think I'm not emotionally stable enough right now to do basic navigation into uncharted space. Please. Are you? Of course I am. Why bother asking such stupid questions? Are you? Yeah, I'm just fine. I wasn't the one who was attacked after all. How's Wolfie doing? For someone who spends most of her time on uncharted planets, I'm sure she's fine. I doubt this was the first time she's been attacked by monsters. I don't have the heart to tell her that Faye was poisoned. Then again, she may already know. She's sleeping right now. Dr. Nelson is doing his best to patch her up. Good as new. I knew it. That's why I chose her to be my minion. I wouldn't choose someone who was a weakling. You have others? Of course, but she's the only one who had orders with me. Blade had to stay behind. Serves him right for not working harder. I still would have liked to send him a message before we made the shift to deep space. We won't be able to communicate out there. Sounds like you miss him. I don't miss him, idiot. I just wanted to make sure that he was taking care of himself. He's a mess without me watching over him. Are you sure you aren't the one who's a mess without him? Nah, I'm just fine. Things are tough right now, but I'm tougher. Are you sure she's okay? Why don't you go down there and check? Soul's down there now. Now you've got me worried again. Worried about your friend? I'm not worried about anything. I'm just concerned that my minion is not getting the same care that I would be afforded by either a subpar doctor or a secret smuggler. You've got low standards for yourself, Lieutenant. Try as she might, that mask just can't seem to stay up. Kika's hurt emotionally, just like Faye was mauled physically. If I let my heart decide, I would exonerate Kika right now, but I have to maintain my suspicion while the evidence points to her. I can't just let emotions blind me. Maybe, just for tonight, I can let everyone be innocent and be the trusting comrade Kika needs. As I pull myself into my bed, the words of my heart finally let themselves be heard. Don't worry, Kika. We'll find the artifact and go home heroes. Everyone will cheer for us, and nobody will need to be sad or in pain anymore. Right. That's the only logical outcome after all. Well, I'm going to bed. I'm going to need to be in top form tomorrow. Good night. Good night, and good luck to us all. Alright. I'm going to leave this part off here, because I'm an idiot and terrible at keeping these videos relatively the same length. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe to see more, and have a wonderful day.